praise about it. So that's awesome. While you're there for senior water, or not senior water, for regular water aerobics, we have a senior water aerobics class as well during the week. But while you're there for water aerobics, there may be people off to your right. That's another program we're running at the same time, and this one's free. Toddler happy hour. Anybody 3 months to 5 years old, you're welcome to bring them in. We want a parent or guardian in the water with them, but it's a free program. The two of them get in the water, or the two of you get in the water, and just kind of splash around with other kids that are their age. You don't have to worry about the older kids kind of being overbearing. And we have the zero depth entry, which is great for the small kids. It starts at nothing, gradually goes down to 2.5 feet, so everybody feels real comfortable over there, and they really enjoy themselves. Speaking of water aerobics, our water aerobics classes at Lackey are 10:30 to 11:30 Saturdays, like I mentioned. We also have them at the two other pools in the county, at North Point and at the Donald M. Wade Aquatic Center at St. Charles High School. They do them Monday and Wednesday evenings at Donald M. Wade and Tuesdays and Thursdays at North Point. Both of those are 7:45 to 8:45 in the evening, so you can get 5 classes a week if you're really gung-ho about it. We do have people that do that. They really, really enjoy it. So our instructors are great, and the music is fun, and it works out really well. There are some other programs we have coming up these are more for the older kids. The high school swim season is getting ready to start up, and with that, our hours change a little bit around. But preparing for that, the teams are growing. I know that Lackey, right now, they're anticipating around 60 signing up, and the cap is much less than that. So we're putting together a high school swim clinic. So if you know anybody who's interested in trying out for that team, I highly suggest the clinic because it'll give them a heads up. One of my coaches is actually an assistant coach for the Lackey team, so you kind of got an in there if you decide to sign up for that program. But we have another coach coming from the La Plata High School team, and we'll have kids coming from, we even bring people in from St. Mary's and Calvert County that really want to get a good amount of workout in before the season starts. So that's a great one. I recommend that. I also have a lifeguard class coming up. It's going to be a quick class, a Friday night, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. If you want to get your lifeguarding certification, you're almost guaranteed a job in the summertime. And we offer 3 pools year-round that are always looking for staff, so that's an option for you as well. That class is the 6th, 7th, and 8th of November. The Friday night is 4 to 9, and then the Saturday and Sunday are longer days, 10-hour days, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. $200, you walk out with the certification, so after that you start getting paid. I want to talk about some of the holiday programs we have coming up. At North Point and at the General Smallwood Community Center, they do have a Halloween program coming up. I don't know a lot of details about either one of them, but they are in the guide. They have a lot more information in the guide, and there's some guides back there. I saw Karen brought them. Thank you, Karen. I have some more in the car if anybody'd like some. As far as Christmas events, this is my thing. We have at Lackey High School the Swimming with Santa event. We partner up with Charles County Dive Rescue. We get them to come in. We have a Santa suit they put on. One of their divers goes in with the scuba tank on. They have their underwater camera that they use. We take photos of everybody underwater with Santa. If you're not comfortable underwater, you don't have to go underwater. We'll go in the zero depth entry, sit you up in like a deck chair, and photo out of the water. But by the time you're walking out the building, we've already printed them all out. They're in little paper frame things, and on your way out the door, you can take it with you. So it's a lot of fun. Same cost as regular admission. It's $5. You walk out with a little goodie bag. We have a lot of fun, and we do some games with everybody. And then if you're not into all those games, and you just splash around in the pool, have some fun on your own. So at the end of the day, you walk out with a cool underwater picture if that's what you want. So I highly recommend that. That's December 12th from 2 to 4. So after you're done with that, then come on over here and get your dinner. So that sounds like a plan. There's also the Santa's Hotline program that they're running through the community centers. A little bit more information in the guide about that. I don't know everything, but I do know it's really cool. You basically sign up for the child that's gonna get the call. We have a whole hotline of Santas that make phone calls on, I think, that same day, the 12th. Santa's gonna call up, ask to speak to the child. They're gonna say, hey, have you been good this year? You're gonna have given Santa a few little notes, and they'll ask the kids what they want for Christmas, and maybe share that they'll have an opportunity to get that if they do such and such chore or something like that. So it works out really well. That's a fun program. That's all I have. Do you guys have any questions for me? All right, lovely.
All right, thank you. Moving on to community policing report with Officer Elliott.
Good evening, everybody. There's actually a couple things I have. First, please keep remembering to lock your doors. If you lock your doors of your vehicles, people can't open them and take the stuff out of it. So Simple reminder. Also, the weather's changing. It's starting to get colder. So when you want to warm up your vehicle and leave it outside with the keys and it's running, it's really not a very good idea. We don't recommend that because then people can take your car with the keys in it and drive away. It seems kind of simple, but people still do it a lot. Now, tomorrow night, Tuesday at 7 o'clock here, we do have a Neighborhood Crime Watch presentation. I want to be there. We have another representative from the Charles County Sheriff's Office that's going to help Indian Head and its neighborhoods rally the residents of the neighborhoods to help, provide the tools to prevent crimes in your neighborhoods. So I welcome everybody to join me here tomorrow at 7 o'clock for that. And now for the fun one, we have the Special Olympics Zombie Invasion, October 18th. That's really cool. From 8 to 10 is pre-registration. When you pre-register, they zombie you up. So they have, in the past, the college comes with their theater department, and they have all the makeup, and they make you a zombie. Then you go on a 5K run, and it's a pretty fun event. The run starts at 10 o'clock, but I highly recommend that you get there at 8 and let them zombie you up. So, and I'll most likely be there. I've been there before in uniform, zombied up, and it's a pretty cool event. Is there any questions? No? Okay. Just once again, everybody remember to lock your doors of your vehicles. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Although we're really good at what we do, we do need you to call when you see a crime occurring or something suspicious. Like if you see a couple of young men walking out of your neighbor's house carrying their TV set, that is something you'd like to call the police about so we can investigate that. You laugh, but people have watched their neighbor's house being emptied out of the TV and backpacks full of stuff and thought, this seems a little strange, but I don't really want to call because, maybe they had someone, taking their TV for a walk and they didn't call. So then when their neighbor comes home and we already conducted an investigation and they're like, hey, yeah, I saw these two kids walking out with your TV set, but I didn't call. Please, call us. Like I said, we're good, but we can be better if you help us by informing us of these crimes that occur. Is there any questions? Any questions at all? None. Okay, lock your doors.
All right,
Remember
thank
to
you.
lock your doors and call.
Moving on, John Carlson, you're here for the Business Association, right? All right, sounds good. So if you would like to come up to the podium real quick. John Carlson, Indian Head Business Association.
Hi, everybody. First of all, don't volunteer. You get stuck doing stuff like this. They just told me to read off a flyer, so I'm going to do that. Seems like it's pretty normal here. They're having an event here in the town, Fall in Love with Indian Head, October 31st, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Trick-or-treat family fun. Wear your costume. Several local businesses will be hosting vendors. You'll know them. They're going to have pumpkins in the window. Take your kids around. You can trick-or-treat at the different businesses that have that. Dale Smokehouse will be providing a meal, probably hot dogs and beans or something for kids if they show up there. Behind the new veterinarian's clinic, they're going to have a moon bounce. They're going to have a pet parade, pet costume parade. Going to give out prizes and games and all that good stuff. If you have more questions for it, the best one to talk to is Pam down at Dale Smokehouse. She's got a lot more answers than I do on that. Up on the hill and through the town business house and vendor expo. This is their third or fourth time doing it. I'm part of the Indian Head Moose Lodge, and we started participating with them last year. They set up vendors in all the different businesses, different craft makers and stuff like that. And you come around, Indian Head has a trolley, jump on the trolley. I don't know where they pick you up at. You all just show it up at the Moose Lodge. So at the Village Green, they pick you up at the trolley. They take you around to all the different businesses participating in it. Again, this is November 10th. That's from 2 to 6 p.m. And then way on into May 14th, they're having the Taste of Indian Head. They're going to have a parade, vendor expo, pageant. It's kind of a joint thing. The town is running the parade part of it and stuff. So you'll talk to Karen Williams if you want to be part of that. And the rest of it, the vendors and stuff, the pageant and stuff, you want to talk to Pam down at Dale Smokehouse. She'll be able to give you more information. There's flyers in the back. It's basically what I just read to you. I'm going to switch gears here. These guys didn't know it, but I want to put a plug in for the Moose Lodge. Again, I'm the administrator at the Indian Head Moose Lodge. We don't have many town residents as members. We'd love to get more of you residents out here as members. It would be great. We serve the community. We are a family fraternal organization. It's broke up into Loomis, the Laurel Order of Moose. That's kind of the men's side of the lodge. And then we have Woden, which is the women of the Moose. We do lots of functions at the lodge. I brought my calendar. I'm going to get copies made and make sure that they're here the next time. But we have something going on all the time. Every Wednesday night, we have steak and cheese night. You can get a steak and cheese sub and fries or onion rings for less than $10. And I guarantee you, unless it's at your house, you cannot find a better steak and cheese sub than you will find at that Moose Lodge on Wednesday nights. That's from 6 to 8. And we also do chicken cheesesteak, which I had one of those. They're damn good, too. I also want to promote, I also want to promote on October 17th, we're having our 5th annual crab feast. It's for the ALS, to benefit the ALS. It's all you can eat from 1 to 5 p.m. It's $40 per person if you pay up front, or if you get it before October 11th. You get the crab feast and all the draft beer you can drink. Of course, you want to drink responsibly, since the deputy's here. When he leaves, we'll talk. $30 for crabs only, or if you're under 21 and you can't participate in the free or the draft beer. And then for kids, it's $20, 12 and under. Eat all the crabs you want. There's going to be hot dogs, hamburgers, and stuff like that. You could also come in and just buy hot dogs and hamburgers if you want. It's all to benefit ALS. We've made some pretty good donations to it these last times that we've done it. I encourage you guys to come out. We have events at the lodge all the time. Every Friday night we have a dinner. I really recommend, if you're a steak and shrimp kind of person, the first Friday of every month we have steak and shrimp night. First of all, we get our steaks from Nick's, so it's very quality food. You won't find a cheaper steak dinner in this county, and it's really good steak dinners. It's a membership. The Moose is a membership, so eventually I'm going to put the bite on you and make you become a member. But you can come as my guest the first 3 times and check out some of these, and we'd love to have you. Love to show you what we're about. We're in the process slowly of renovating our lodge. We have hall rentals. As a member, you can rent the hall for your different things, your birthday parties, your repasses, whatever. And it's probably about the size of this room here. It holds 189 people. Let's see. Okay, the 17th, we're doing the ALS Crab Feast. On the 24th, this is for everybody. You don't have to be a member. We're having a kids' Halloween party from 1 to 4. We have a hayride that day, along with a bunch of games and gifts and stuff like that. These kind of things, though, we do require you to call the lodge and sign up for it, so we have an idea of what to have on hand. Our lodge is, the number is listed. I couldn't tell you what it is. I don't call it. I'm just a wealth of information here. And on the 30th, we have a blood drive. We have a blood drive every couple of months, and we have a blood drive from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. We also have Santa Claus in December, comes to visit the lodge, and on the event with the Up the Hill and around the town, Santa Claus is usually there, and he takes pictures with your kids. They have a photographer set up to take pictures with the kids. There's no cost. So, again, come on over and visit us. Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate you having me.
All right,
Council.
thank you. So we do have a briefing tonight about cyber awareness.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? All right, so I'm going to talk to you about an issue that's been plaguing the world. It's called ransomware. So just like in the physical world, things manifest themselves in the digital world. So you have cyberbullying, you have bullying in the real world. You have identity theft, someone takes your credit card, you have someone online doing it. But ransomware is where you navigate to a website or you receive a malicious link. They install software on your system, your computer, and then a banner jumps up that says, you have been identified doing malicious activity, and we are going to notify the authorities unless you pay this ransom. So, it's been happening to a lot of people. A lot of people pay the ransom. But I'm going to give you some things that you can do to prevent yourself to becoming a victim of ransomware. So, one thing you can do is make sure you use reputable antivirus and malware detection software. Back up the important files off of your computer. Those are .exe files, Word documents. Many of you have your password list on your computer. Back that off of your computer. You really don't want to ever keep it there. Anything of importance you want to back up to an external drive. So USB drive, external hard drive, and things of that nature. You want to use what's called a pop-up blocker. You ever been on a website and another page will jump up with an advertisement? You want to use a pop-up blocker. Firefox is a good browser that has built-in pop-up blockers, so it stops malicious code from executing when you're on a website. You want to use caution. If you don't know who sent you something or you're not familiar with the website, do not click on the attachment or the embedded link in the email, or do not visit sites that you are unaware of, right? Well, everyone's on social media. There's a lot of, it's really plaguing Facebook and other social media outlets because there's a lot of advertising revenue that can be generated. And if you do become a victim of it, unplug your computer. Most of us have Wi-Fi, but if you have a physical connection, unplug your computer from the internet. That way they can prevent them from getting the files. That's the main thing they want. They want the files. They want to scare you because they want you to pay the ransom. Now, the ways they're getting people to pay the ransom, they're having people use Western Union to wire money, and people have done it. There have been many instances where individuals are going to Walmart to get a prepaid card to send money to these criminal organizations, and many of the attendants, they see the person looking flustered or whatever, and they ask them, and they tell them, don't send the money. So the government, so I work at U.S. CERT, so we do cybersecurity. So the government really doesn't advocate paying, but it's really up to you. 95% of the times when people pay, they send them a code, and it allows them to unlock the things and get their information back. But there's that 5% they continue to extort people. So it's up to you to take these prudent precautions to keep your personal information off your computer. If you keep it off your computer and you get a pop-up saying you've committed a crime and we're going to notify the authorities, all you have to do is reformat your computer, that means clean it, and install the operating system again, because all your important files are offline. So that is my presentation. Are there any questions for from anyone? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, moving on to the next agenda item, presentations, recognitions, resolutions, ordinances, and petitions. We have no presentations and recognitions tonight. We do have a few ordinances and resolutions. So Annie, if you could take over with the first resolution.
Sure. The first resolution is resolution number 09-01-11. This was introduced by Mayor and Council. The original resolution was introduced September 6, 2011. It was originally adopted September 6, 2011. The amendment is introduced October 5th, 2015. Amendment adopted October 5th, 2015. Amendment effective October 5th, 2015. This is a resolution supporting participation in the Sustainable Maryland Certified Municipal Certification Program. And this is just a text amendment to change Green Team to Environmental Sustainability Committee. That's the only change. Everything else remains the same.
All right, thank you. I would like to move that we pass the resolution as is.